Thanks everyone for joining us today. We're here to talk to you about how you can develop faster with Gemini agents in Android Studio. My name is Adarsh Fernando. I'm a group product manager on the Android Studio team.
And I am Manda Edling, a UX designer on Android Studio.
So in this talk, we're going to do a lot of live demos. So first of all, we want to thank the organizers of DroidKaigi for bringing us Speakers Wi-Fi so that we can do live demos with Gemini. And that also means some demos might not work according to plan. So if it works, we're going to applaud. And if it doesn't work, we're going to
applaud.
So with that, let's get started here. Cool. So we did a similar talk like this last year where we talked about interesting new Gemini features that we're building right into Android Studio, Gemini and Android Studio. And we shared a number of our guiding principles. The good news is a lot of these guiding principles still apply to this day, and we still find them very important. We design a lot of our features around these, one of which is transparency and control, making sure developers clearly understand how to provide Gemini with access to data or which data they do not want Gemini to access, and providing those clear controls to developers. Obviously, all these features are to help you ship higher quality apps much more quickly. So accelerating productivity is core to what we're trying to do, but also to kind of enjoy the more fun aspects of AI, and that's maximizing creativity. Going from an idea that you had earlier in the day to deploying it on a device later that day as quickly as possible. I think that's some of the magic.
And we also know that with AI, transparency and control, these things are very important. So there are ways for you to control the context of the information that you're sharing with the AI or with Gemini. You can set context awareness so that you can actually turn off if you don't want to use like AI features or don't want to use them in certain projects. We also have the .ai exclude, which allows you to actually exclude files altogether so that the agent or the Gemini will never find them or look at them. That way, if you do have files within a project, an app that you do not want to share with Gemini, you can actually make sure that it never can look at them. And it works just like .gitignore.
Cool, and like we talked about accelerating productivity, probably the two most impactful additions we've made over the past few months is the new agent mode, which allows Gemini to have access to a number of tools from Android Studio, such as building, searching for code, compiling, checking logs, to resolve much more complex prompts and requests. And then with the ability to configure MCP servers, really unleashing even more tools that Gemini and Android Studio has access to. And we'll kind of play around with one later today. And the behaviors of that agent can be modified and customized using the agents.md file. So you can add rules essentially for the agent to follow to make it respond more closely to what you would like and prefer.
And also the most important part, you can make it fun. Use the agent to have fun, be creative, and hopefully make something cool.
Yeah. So can you talk quickly about like maybe what we're going to be making today?
Yes, I can. So let me. What we did today is we needed to demo Gemini for you, so we made a fun app. And I used a program called Stitch, and that's actually a Google product. But what Stitch can do is it can actually create for you interfaces very rapidly. So I prototyped these in Stitch. So if you don't have a designer or you're a designer who doesn't have much time, this is a good way to rapidly prototype. And then I pulled them into this Figma here. So Stitch allows you to easily pull them into Figma, and then I modified them to get these designs. And this app itself, it is going to be, essentially we want to take pictures of people, and then we want to kawaii-ify them with a Droid antenna. So that's the purpose of the app.
Pretty cool. Pretty fun.
So yes, as I showed you from Stitch to Figma is super useful if you don't have a designer. And then also we're going to show you a couple other useful features that Gemini can do for you, including we're going to show you the .ai exclude, we're going to show you the agents.md. We're also going to show you how to set up an MCP with Figma as well, so you can pull in designs that way as well.
Cool. All right. Okay, let's get started here. So what you're seeing here is basically an empty activity. I just started a brand new project. It's an empty compose activity. It's really just hello world. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that I set up my AI exclude. So what this app will, the target of this app is to communicate with the Firebase AI Logic SDK or APIs and send a picture, get Gemini to send back an image, qualified, of course. And so it requires a google.json file in my project. So let me just copy this prompt off screen here, bring it up.
And so one thing we did so that the demo would work, we actually turned off certain functions. So we're actually going to turn off our JSON so that the demo will work for the actual app, even though all the Gemini stuff you're seeing is live and real.
Yeah, so even this is live, and so it just asked it to create that AI exclude file so that Gemini is not reading the contents of that JSON file. We don't want that kind of exposed anywhere. So first and foremost, we kind of set that up. The next thing I want to do is set up my agent MD file, just so that.
Oh, you can show them it. Well, go ahead and open the file it created. Let them see that.
Let's see. Okay. Cool. So right. So here I can use this kind of UI here to navigate directly to there, and I can see that it's created that file for me. Cool. And then let me create similarly the agents.md file. And so I'm going to ask Gemini to do that. You're going to see that we're going to ask Gemini to do all the work for us today, as much as possible. So similarly, we're just going to ask it to create this agent.md file and keep explanations and guidance concise, because we only have 40 minutes. We don't want a lot of text. And so it's already created the MD file for us with those rules. And similarly, I can navigate there, and you can see it right there in the project. Cool. All right, so Manda talked about how we can go from Figma to code, and that's part of what we're going to do, and we're going to set up an MCP server to do that. So here in Figma, you can go to, once you have this set up, preferences, I'm just going to make sure, I have my enable local MCP server enabled, and I've also enabled Code Connect. So we're all good to go. So let's go back to Android Studio. And actually, sorry, when you do select this, it automatically copies the configuration for you. So we've kind of done that, and I'll show you exactly where that goes in Android Studio. So I'm going to open the settings here. I'll just type MCP. And so under Tools, Gemini, MCP Servers, you can see we've already kind of configured Figma or Gemini and Android Studio to connect to Figma. All right, let's try this out. So let me just grab the prompt.
The prompt has the link to the Figma board that we're going to do, and we're going to build the home page.
That's right. So here I'm asking Gemini, hey, create the home page to my app based on the Figma design at that URL, and also make sure to add compose previews because we want to be able to quickly see what that looks like. All right, so this is happening live. It's using Gemini 2.5 Flash because we want quicker results. But as you can see, it is connecting to the MCP tool, Get Code, from Figma. And it's also kind of exposing what it's thinking about. Do you want to maybe talk about this?
It's a loading error, but we call it the thinker. And essentially what it does is it kind of lets you know what the agent or the Gemini or what is doing while it's working. So it gives you a sense of what steps it's taking, what is working, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Did it fail? We can try
again. Okay, maybe let's try this again. And you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a new chat. So there might be some context here that I don't want to pollute with. So I'm going to click this plus button up here to create a brand new chat with fresh context, but I can always go back to an earlier conversation. So let's try that one more time. I hit run here. Thinking. Oh, there we go. It just needed some encouragement. Yeah. Let's give it some encouragement. There we go. Good Gemini. So as you can see, it is thinking through it. It's trying to find, get that code. It has to convert it over to compose. But it looks like it's done that. One thing I'm going to just really quickly here call out is there's auto accept changes. I'm going to disable that, and you can see what the difference is. But here we can see that it's created some files, and it's already accepted those changes. I have some controls to see the diff, as well as roll back and review any changes. So why don't we navigate to that home page. Okay.
Let's see how close it got.
Analyzing. Okay. Okay, didn't quite do it this time. Should we try one more time, you think?
Yeah, try it again.
All right, let's do it one last time. Believe us, we wouldn't be doing this live if it didn't work when we were rehearsing. So, all right, we'll give it one more chance to do this. And this time, because I've disabled auto accept, it's going to actually wait for me to take a look at the code before I accept any changes. Of course, no matter what, you're able to roll those changes back.
So much. It's like we need a drum roll.
I mean, there's a lot more going on here, so I'm going to accept those changes just to move things along. Okay, that looks a little better.
Let's see what it looks like as it builds the preview. Oh, much better. It messed up the. There's 2 image panes, but if you want to switch between this and the other, it got much closer.
Go to like the next branch.
Oh no. Go over, show them the design in Figma.
Design in Figma, yeah.
So it was the Droid one.
Yeah, I see. Like right here, this is what we're going for. So you should be like 1 image here, but that's okay. Part of what we're going to also show you is how you can iterate, right? It's not going to get it perfectly on the first try, as we could see, but it's also about iterating here.
We only have 1 extra placeholder image, so get rid of that and we're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So let's switch over to this, and I will. Oops. I'll hand it to you.
Oh. So next what we're going to do is actually sort of iterate on this design and kind of show you what we did when we built this out. I'm going to start off by showing you how to update dependencies using an agent. This feature is not out in Canary yet, but it will be very, very soon. And then I'm also going to show you how to, if you have like your own Gemini API key, I'm going to show you how to attach that to use so if you have a special model that you're paying for, how you can use that, as well as how to set up for local models. So if you have a project that you're flying in a plane, you can't be online, or you simply want to be more secure, you can actually set up your own local models to run now. And then some other cool features of just how to build out the app as you go. So let's see. All right, so in this version, we're going to pretend that we've already built the home screen and we've already built sort of the photo screen. And while that's loading, I am...
Update dependency branch.
There we go. Oh, actually, we want to be under this one. Sorry, hold on. And while this syncs, because we know that Gradle sync sometimes gives you enough time to go make a coffee or a tea, we are going to go and look at how to set our... oops, we're going to go... Oh. Actually, that was pretty fast. All right. So actually, instead, we will do the update bot. So if I go to the libs file, and I look at the different files that I have, you can see like a lot of these need to be upgraded. So instead of doing this myself, I am going to ask Gemini to do it for me. I'm going to go down here to more actions.
So you just kind of hovered over.
Yeah, I hovered over it.
Okay.
And then select update. Now what it's going to build for me next is sort of a plan showing me, like right now it's looking at all the libraries, seeing what it should switch to, what it will take. And then it's going to offer me kind of a list of sort of the libraries that it tends, this library and what it's going to update it to. And if I want, I can unselect, let's see, which one should I? This one. I'm going to unselect this library here. So we're going to pretend like I want all these other libraries updated, but not that one. And then I'm going to start it, and we'll see how this goes.
And so, if I understand correctly, Gemini is going to not only update these, but is also going to compile your project. So if there's any build errors because of updating a dependency, it's also going to try and resolve those issues as well. So it's going to use its agentic properties to build, look at logs, make code changes, maybe do some code search, make more changes, compile, build again, until it gets you in a state where your dependencies are updated and your app compiles.
And if at any moment I'm like, no, I don't want this, there is a stop button, and then you can always roll back as well. Actually, that was pretty fast. And so it updated all the libraries except for the one that I told it not to.
Perfect.
So,
cool.
All right, so next we are going to look at setting this up because I would like to use my own Gemini, or if I want to set up my own model. So I'm going to go into settings. And then if you navigate down here, you can see model providers. Now, I've already actually put in my own API key for my own sort of Gemini model, but this is where you would set it up. You can also add, by selecting this and add, this is where you can also select your own local models. I have also used Ollama to set up Gemma, so that if I wanted to, when I go home, I can use Gemma on the plane and do some more work. So if you have your own local model and can't be online, you can use this as well.
And it's great if you already have an API key to a Gemini model that has a bigger context window.
That's true. Yes, especially for there is the free model or the default model that we use in Android Studio right now. Right now is Gemini 2.5 Pro, but it has a smaller context window. So perhaps if you have a very large context window with Gemini 2.5 Pro, you might want to bring your own API key.
Yeah. Of course, that default can change. So if you want more consistency, you can just always point to
and
your own model.
This drawer is where these models then live. So as you add them, they will appear here. So you can see sort of the Gemini ones that I've added. Here's the default. I have it on Flash right now. And then here's the Gemma if I wanted to switch over to that.
Cool.
All right, and so I think, I'm going to go back to, we need to actually iterate on this app. So let me I want the home page.
It is home screen.
There's the home screen. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so I've decided, I think I want this button to be bigger and fatter. I want it to be a larger button. So I'm actually going to now actually select this within the preview itself and use Transform UI with Gemini.
Cool. So if you're in the flow, you're designing, and you're going with the preview, you can still bring Gemini.
Yes, if you're looking actually at the UI and like this particular item in the UI I would like to change. So I've selected this button, and I'm going to tell Gemini, make the get started. Let's hope they spell everything right. Button bigger with bigger text. Right down here, you can see it's sending this query, and then it's going to open a diff for me. All right, so it's added some libraries, and let's see, it's increased the height. It also changed the color. We'll see what it did there.
AI can have opinions, you know.
This is also a UX AI. It has a design sensibilities. And we'll go ahead and just, you can accept here. For individual changes, you can also just scroll to the top and be like, I'm just going to accept it all. We'll see how it did and what it changed exactly. Oh, actually,
it is bigger.
Change the
Okay.
All right, so it's bigger.
Cool. And so you can just kind of keep tweaking and doing things pretty quickly right there.
I think we should give this a shot and let you actually use the app to take a picture.
Let's try the actual app. So this is a couple of steps ahead for demo purposes. So this branch is a couple of steps ahead where we can actually take a picture now. So let's give that a shot.
But actually open up. Oop. All right, so there's the app.
All right.
All right, I'll be your victim.
All right. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to click Get Started. I'm going to allow. All right, that's pretty good. All right, let's go. Say cheese. No, I'm kidding. All right, give it a moment. There we go. Oh, that's pretty good. All right.
I think that's better than my profile pic.
Okay, that might be your new one.
All right. So I think, all right, we've got a picture now. So
yeah, it would be great if it was actually stored somewhere you can, I don't know, maybe a gallery.
Yeah, so we've built out, at this point, we've built out the homepage and the camera page. So what we're going to show you now is how to use, how to build out the gallery using like a multimodal attach image. Mm-hmm. So
we're slowly kind of building our app one piece at a time using Gemini and the agent.
I'm just going to start a new conversation just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Gemini might have opinions about that update, and I don't want it thinking about that. So right here is where you can attach images. And I have a screenshot of the gallery page I want to build. And then I am going to...
So this is the same mock that you had kind of in Figma, but we just have an image.
That's great. So like if I didn't hook up like the MCP Figma, but I wanted to like still have the AI sort of take an image, I could do it this way as well. Let's see if I can. Actually, I'm going to delete this so that I can show you how I attached it, so you know how the @file works. So if you hit @ that you start searching through your files. So if you would like to actually attach a specific context to make sure that the model is paying attention to a specific file that you want, it's an easy way to go find files and attach them. So once you actually attach certain files to your context, they will also live in this drawer as well. And this is just a good way to kind of point out to the AI, like, I want you to pay attention to this. Oftentimes it will go searching through things in your model, but if you want to make sure it's looking in the right place, this is a good thing to do. And also, there's, for instance, we have our agents.md file. It's using that as context. The recent files I've used, and then the current file.
Cool. So here you're actually telling, hey, create a gallery page that stores the image from the edit photo screen, and then you kind of pointed it to that class specifically. Right. Cool.
Let's see if it can actually build me this gallery screen. I'll give it a shot.
All right. I believe.
You believe?
I believe. I have to. All right. It's a lot of the same flows. It's thinking through. It's creating a plan. It's telling us what it's going to do. Do we re-enable auto accept?
Oh, no. I did not. So we can do that here. So right now it's not on auto accept, so which means I would accept each step, but I'm lazy. So I'm just going to be auto accept all the way.
All right. Now, is that just for this session, or is that?
That will turn on this
feature,
here,
but it just makes it easier to turn on. Okay, got it. All right, cool. So it's just going to go through, searching through the screens, making these updates. Obviously, you can follow along what changes are being made.
So it's added a gallery navigation, which is that's right. So
perfect.
It looks good so far.
Good sign. Files. And so the reason you're seeing all these nice animations and cool UI, this whole screen, this tool window here, is actually written completely using Compose. And so that's why we're able to do a lot of these cool. So same Compose you use to build your app, we're using to build parts of Android Studio, which makes it much easier for us to create this kind of magical.
Since we've asked you to make your apps in Compose, we're trying to make our platform into Compose as well.
It's only fair, I think, right?
Right? The same work.
All right, change accepted. Okay, what is it doing now?
Let's see.
Okay.
This is also the time where, because the agent is working for you, you go make coffee, a sandwich, take a break.
The number of coffees I have every day has increased exponentially because of Gemini. All right. So it is seeing that there's some errors, but it is, again, using the tools it has available to get the logs from the build, see the errors, and actually try to resolve it. So you can see it's debugging it right now, figuring out what are those issues, and it's going to take a few iterations here. Sometimes this takes a little longer than other times, so we can show you a recording of how this happened
if it takes too long, we'll probably switch the other branch, but we'll give it a second.
Oh, we'll give it a moment.
Ooh, this looks promising.
Value pass for parameter.
You want to open up a tool window for them too. There is also all of the tools that it uses, so you can open up and see what they're doing. So if you're curious.
Like you want to show?
Yeah. So for instance, this is the Gradle sync. You can open this if you really just want to know sort of what had happened, what it called. Just kind of giving you transparency into what these different tools are doing.
And if you want to see all the tools that are available, and we're not going to do it right now, we don't want to break the flow here, you can just go /tools, and it actually lists out all the tools that Gemini has and Android Studio has access to. So you can see kind of like the roster of that.
You might be able to. I wonder if it would break if we did that in chat.
I don't want to tempt it.
Okay. Right now, you can see like we're in agent mode. You can go over to the ask, which is like a chat mode, which won't use a lot of the agentic features, but you can still ask questions. So sometimes if it is doing a larger job and you just want to know a quick Compose question, it can help you out.
All right. Should we try it?
Yes.
Okay.
Since that is taking a little while, we will. Right. We'll start a new conversation. We'll give it a shot.
What do you want to ask?
Wait,
We should have thought of this beforehand.
Anybody have a question?
All right, let's see. How do I hook up my app with Firebase AI logic? And so what we've done as well is make sure that we're training, especially Gemini in Android Studio, with all the resources that we think Android developers really care about and ought to know. So obviously it's pulling from DAC, our developer guidance, and everything in the background to kind of provide a lot of these responses. I see the agent is taking a little longer than we'd want. Should we just switch to the other branch?
Okay, one more minute.
Okay, one more minute.
And then we'll switch.
Okay, cool.
It almost got it this last build.
I do like that it's providing a lot of the reasoning. So you can see if it's kind of going down the wrong path, you can stop it, provide some corrections. That's very useful.
All right.
Oh.
If it makes this build, we'll use it. If not, we'll move on to the version.
This build is the next this build.
The next this build?
Oh, okay. Okay, it's done, but I don't know if we're in a.
Give it a go ahead and run it. See what happens. We may have gotten into a build that doesn't work, but
Okay, let's switch to the other branch here.
At this point, we'd start troubleshooting with Gemini, but because they only gave us 40 minutes, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Check out here, force checkout. Just gonna make sure we revert all these things. Okay, cool. So let's talk about testing real quick. We talked about this. Okay, cool. So we all know everyone loves writing tests, right? Number one favorite thing to do, because when you're writing your tests, it makes you feel good inside. Okay, okay, that's not true. Not everyone loves writing tests. And we're going to talk about a few ways that Gemini actually makes it easier for you to write and maintain tests. Two main ways we're going to kind of explore. One is journeys. Now, this is a completely new way of writing and running your tests. What journeys is, it allows you to write your tests in natural language, so including actions and assertions, the way you would describe to another human being, and leverages Gemini's vision and reasoning capabilities to actually execute those tests. And you can do a lot of really cool kinds of tests that you could not do with existing frameworks such as Espresso and UI Automator. And we'll kind of show you that in a little bit. And then finally, of course, to maximize code coverage, like journeys is functional kind of tests of your app deployed to a real device. But to maximize your code coverage, you still want to have most of your tests running more frequently as unit tests. And so we'll show you a demo of how we can use the agent to do that as well. Okay, here I am. I'm going to start yet another chat. Let me just sync here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is jump into journeys. So while that is going on, I am going to create a journey script. So first thing I'll do is here in my project view, I'll right-click on the module, and then go new, and then go test journey file. So this is available in Canary today, so I highly recommend folks try it out. And so here I can name my journey, testing the nav. It's testing the nav. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so I have this GUI editor here, a nice editor, and let me just deploy the app just to make sure it's on the device. So I have this GUI editor where I can start writing the steps of my test. So the first prompt I will have here is click on Get Started and check that it takes you to the camera screen. All right, pretty easy. And then the next step I'll do, and I'm just going to have two steps in this. I can hit Enter. and then navigate to the gallery screen and check that there are pictures of people with antennas on their heads. So, when unlocking.
Oh, yes.
So if I go here, I can show you. There's the app, and we have the gallery screen, and then there's these pictures we've taken. So cute. Okay. But we're in Japan, so let's do this. I'm actually going to change this to Japanese. And I'm going to change this to Japanese. Now I'm going to trust that Gemini accurately translated these as well. Maybe you can tell us if these still mean the same thing. But let's go ahead and run this. And it's because Gemini understands natural language and in multiple languages, it's still going to understand these tests. So anyone can write and modify and create these tests. And just really quickly here, it does require a crawler on the device. So don't be alarmed by that notification. It's a crawler that actually interacts with the app that is required. So it's going to start. Yeah, I'll just go home here. Okay, so it's what Android Studio is going to do is going to build and deploy the app to the device like it normally does. And then it's going to send the prompts to Gemini along with screenshots and the layout hierarchy for the app. So Gemini is going to be able to look at the screen, look at the layout hierarchy, all the components there, look at the goal of your prompt, and determine what actions to take to satisfy that prompt. And it could be a number of actions per prompt. So you can see there's 2 actions to perform here, but there could be multiple steps for those things for Gemini to perform. And then as well as if you have assertions in there, it's going to visually detect whether those assertions are correct. And I can actually go see the results here. So as you can see, it already clicked in the getting started, get started, and went to the camera, and now it's gone to gallery, and it's seeing those images. And I can actually click in the test results here, and great, that passed. You can see the screenshots, and you can see the reasoning that Gemini has. So the goal is to navigate to camera screen by clicking on Get Started button. I'll get to the Get Started button, and then similarly here, it says that, yep, I see people with antennas on their head. And if you think about how you write this test using Espresso or UI Automator, it would be pretty impossible. Cool. All right, so that's journeys, and now let's create unit tests, because we can't have everything tested with journeys. So here I'm going to go back to Gemini, the agent, and what I'm going to ask it to do is create a simple unit test for screen.kt, and let me just use the @
So you can see, how that opens.
Yeah, screen.kt to ensure that my navigation route is always generated correctly. And we did try this and ask Gemini to create espresso tests as well, so that does work.
He did, I didn't.
But here we're just going to do a quick demo with unit tests. Okay. As long as the animation is going, Gemini is doing some thinking here.
This is again where you go to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Make some coffee.
Maybe a foot long. Should we try it again?
Give it a second.
Okay, let's give it a second.
It's done a lot.
It's done a lot for us today. Well,
if it does get stuck, we might just do a restart just to make sure, but hopefully not.
Okay. Yeah. Usually this does go a lot faster.
Yeah, usually the unit test is pretty quick.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
That's okay. Let's try this one more time. So I'm going to stop that. Yeah, it should.
I just say restart real fast just to make sure.
The ID?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then. Oh, did not do that. Do I have to close everything?
Yeah, terminate.
Oh, I see.
It's still building
It's still going.
still building the gallery page.
Studio.
Oh, yeah. Now that we lost Nightly.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. This one. There you go.
Okay, cool. Let's try that one more time.
Let's start a new conversation. We're also on the Nightly branch, so this is also always a little. Writing
Yeah, we
by the
typically recommend Canary unless
Canary is better, but yeah.
Okay. Move on.
Yeah, move on. I have a video of it if you want to share that real fast.
Okay, sure.
All right, we are just actually going to show you a video of it working real fast so that you know that we are telling the truth.
Does Gemini work in Japanese time zone? Probably.
It's awake.
We're
awake.
should
It's
let
awake.
it know. We need it working overtime today.
They get to see how slow I type.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, let's just skip ahead. So it's, yeah.
Okay.
Bring that, yeah, so similarly, it does, not only does it create different unit test scenarios for you, but it also kind of implements those as well. So definitely give it a try. Even here we see that there's some build errors, but it does kind of iterate. It does run the test, make sure that it runs successfully, and takes any kind of error messages into account to debug the test failure.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can actually just zoom to the end of the video and be like, it all built great.
Yeah. There you go.
Ta-da! Yay!
Thank you. All right, we did talk about a lot today, but if you want to help us.
Yeah. So at the end, we're going to just go over the features real quick, and we will try to make this presentation available because we know we talked about a lot of things. So we showed you how to do the .ai exclude so that you can exclude files that are very private, also to the agents.md. So if you have specific things you want the agent to do, you can kind of create that list for it. You can configure MCP servers now, not just Figma, GitHub, Jira. There's lots of great ones out there now. And then also in this case, you can do cool stuff like turn Figma to code, which I think is, for me as a UX person, is awesome.
She doesn't need to talk to PMs or engineers anymore, just straight to...
I don't have to talk to him anymore.
Cool. As well, Amanda kind of walked us through different ways to help you iterate and refine with agents coming from the update dependencies, which is coming soon, so keep a lookout for that, which kind of takes away the toil of having to upgrade your dependencies, as well as bringing your own Gemini API key. So if you're already paying for a more capable model or version of Gemini, you can use that right in Android Studio, as well as using your own local model if for any reason you need to work offline or do not want to share code to outside of your laptop or your workstation. And finally, there's little tweaks of being able to bring Gemini to the places you spend most of your time, such as compose previews, where you can call Gemini right there to help you make changes. And then finally, we talked about how you can test your app with agents. So journeys as a new way to test your app using the reasoning and vision capabilities of journeys. You can just write your journeys once, test across different form factors, as well as classic, good old-fashioned unit tests, leveraging Gemini to kind of create those scenarios, build and expand and increase your code coverage, not only with unit tests, but also espresso tests as well. And cool. That's it. So thank you so much for joining us for this talk. We implore you guys to try it out yourself. So as you can see, maybe not nightly, get on the Canary,
Canary.
just slightly better, and then try all those features out yourself.
Most of these features are in Canary. Some are in stable now. Update is coming soon to Canary, the update agent.
Yeah, cool.
So
thank you all.